Okay, now let's assemble the main driver unit. This is the EV1 side. You can read it down in the corner. We'll start by adding the LED, and I found it easiest to push it in with a screwdriver. You can see the hole there. So we'll push it in, align it, and I think that is seated correctly. Yep, it is definitely seated. Alright, now that is on. Now we'll add the motor. Use 2 and 3x8mm bolts. Loosely on one side, loosely on the other side, and now screw it in while you hold the motor down, so you make sure it is seated correctly. Okay, nice, that is seated. Now for the nylon wheel, we'll add the metal servo teeth, something, teeth, I don't know what it's called, something, metal ring, metal bushing, metal thingy. And I found it easiest if you screw the one screw in, then add the wheel so you can see where it is aligned, and screw it a bit more, then add the 3 others. Don't tighten them all the way yet, tighten them to 80% or so. Okay, now we'll tighten them all the way in a star pattern. So one side, go to the opposite side, tighten it, opposite side, etc. So you make sure it is not warped while in there. Okay, nice. Now that is done, we'll add it to the motor, and it is seated there. Focus. It will not focus today. I think that will do. Let's hope it's in photo. Cause now take a 3x10mm bolt and add it to the middle and screw it in. And it's generally a good practice to add some thread locks to this too, so you make sure it will not untighten. Okay, and it should not be all the way tightened, so it cannot rotate. That's fine. Okay, that is the EV1 side completed, and we will now do the EV2 side. Okay, let's start by prepping the EV2 side. So grab the nozzle switch and route it inside the channels, so the wires are tucked in nice and evenly inside. Might be a bit difficult to get in. There we go. Then orientate the switch so the switch part actually points out, and use the 2M2x8 bolts, if I can get them up. And just screw them in. There we go. Nice. The wires popped out again. Okay, no problem. Then we'll turn it the other way around and add the light switch, light sensor it's called. For this version, you don't have to screw it in or anything. The wires will hold it, if I can get it. There we go, and there we go. Okay. Now the interclock rail, add that with a round head bolt. Oh, don't forget to add thread lock to this, otherwise it will unscrew itself extremely quickly. So M3x8, add it in and lock it in place. And do not clamp it tight, it has to rotate freely, so I would say there, about there. Maybe there, there we go. We'll let it glue. Alright, that's the EV2 side complete. Okay, a small bonus information. I can see I forgot to add one insert. So how you insert the insert thing. It is meant so you can slide it and will sit nicely there. Then you take your soldering iron and press it in at much as you can on a 90-degree angle. There we go. and it should be flush, as you can see there. If you overheat it too much, the plastic will overmelt and start foaming up. I have encountered some encounters of this, and I usually run my iron at 380 degrees. It seems like a perfect amount for me. So, bonus information. Now let's assemble the two units. Okay, now we have both sides completed, and we'll just add one to the other. In this version, the first version had a latch. This one hasn't any, since we have actually moved the sensor down here into the wheel. So when a BB comes around, it will be sensed. And since there are, let me find some BBs actually. Come on, there we go. We'll just add them here. Since there is way more space now for the light sensor to sense the area in between the BBs, it is way more accurate. Before we had it in this channel and had a latch, so prevent like back counting, but by moving it down here we actually eliminate the latch completely. So this is way more robust and oh god. Oh Jesus Christ, that's an expensive camera. Alright, damn. Beside that, now we'll assemble the two units. So just hold them together. There we go. Make sure everything is aligned. The cables we will route again. So add all the bolts and 3 by 10 millimeters. That's actually a good idea to just use one of them and lock it. Oh, something is on that. Don't like that. And just lock one of them again, 80% in. And then we can add all the others. Okay, and now we'll tighten them all to 100%. So start down in the corner here, tighten this all the way, then go to the opposite corner. This part down here is the most critical one, so we'll have to make sure this is tightened before. And then we will move our way up, so the middle one, and the top one, and the last one here. Nice. And actually the sensor, the light sensor fell out. That is not a problem, we'll just add it back in. Like that, and like that. Okay. These wires fell out too. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that is actually the entire driver unit assembled, and we'll move on to the main box. Right, so now let's assemble the box. We'll start with the Rotary encoder here in the back. Add it, and make sure the wires are on the left side. Secure it with a bolt. And you can use a tool to tighten this if you prefer. Now route the wires inside here and all the way down. There we go. And let's add some zip ties to hold it in place. So start by the left side here, push it all the way in and lock it. And make sure the wires are nicely tucked there. And for good measure, let's add another one to the bottom. If it's a bit hard to get it in here, you can bend the zip tie a tiny bit, and it should go in much smoother. Okay, so that is done. Trim them down to size so they don't poke out. And same for this one. Okay. Now that is done, we'll move over to the display. The display is a bit more tricky. It has to align in this channel down here. I think you can see it. So I'll have to do this, and you probably can't see shit because it's dark. Okay. Now for this, for now, just add a single zip tie up the top here. to hold the wires in place. Didn't want to go in, so we bend it. And make sure, oh, the display popped out. This is what I mean by its annoying part. Give the wires a bit of free room and then just tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, go, tighten it. There we go. Okay, now flip it upside down and we'll add the display lock down here now. So put that in place. Use 2 countersunk and 3 by 6mm bolts. And let's tighten it. It might be a bit difficult, this part. So do it on both sides. There we go, and just tighten it all the way. It should self-align at some point, hopefully. Okay, that seems locked in place. Fucking zip tie. Okay, now check back here in the front that it will not push in, and it seems sturdy enough. You can also add a tiny bit of hot glue down in the channel here to prevent it from ever falling out. Okay, now let's add the last zip tie up here. We'll just bend it so it's easier to go in. Wise man, fuck's sake, I'll bend it a bit more, maybe? There we go. And lock it in place. Nice. Again, trim down to size. And route the wire through. Okay, nice. Now let's add the power cable. I'll have to find the power cable. The power cable will take from the outside, no, from the inside it's called, and add the trimmed wires. And let's pull them in. And now you have to make sure you can actually pull this all the way out. Let's just zoom a bit more out here. You can pull this all the way out and connect your battery properly, so I will say around there. That seems fine. Now inside here there are 2 small channels where you can actually add zip ties. So bend the zip tie so it will go around the corner. Go in. That's a bit difficult. There's not a lot of room in here. Hope you can see something. Just put it through with this. There we go. Okay, now the zip tie is in there, and we'll secure the wire here. Make sure there's enough room, I would say it's about there. And then lock it in place and trim down. Okay. Oh, god dang it. Yeah, I think that will do. Okay, now that side is complete. Out of focus. Out of focus, that is not with me today, I can see. There we go. This part is for a USB cable if you ever want to debug the unit while you are having it assembled and closed off. This port can be used for routing USB cable up and out the battery connector. Okay, now that we have the electronics and the main box complete, we'll add the driver unit. So add that from before. Make sure the wires are tucked nicely in, and then just push it in. And slide it down. You can see my part is broken here. This was a version before I added the sensor over here, so I just didn't want to reprint it. If you have already printed this, you can also just snip this part off and it should fall off, and you'll be good, so you don't waste a lot of material. Okay, to the back side here. We'll add some bolts. I have not added the insert for this part, but you can add it to this. So use M3x6, or is it a M3x8mm bolt, and secure it. And you have to do the same on the bottom side. There. Again, I didn't add the inserts. I have actually never added these. If you prefer, you can add them. It's up to you. Okay, now that seems nicely. We'll work on the top surface. So take your nozzle. This is the same one, actually identical from the EAS2. So you can just reuse this. Add it in. And it should hop up nicely. Now let's add the top cover. Hold it in with one hand and use 3 countersunk M3 by... oh god, happened again. It has to be difficult sometimes for it to be fun. There we go. And remember the last one. Nice. Check it bounce. It does. Okay. Now for the electronics. Okay. Now we are inside and we'll start wiring things up. To start with, add some zip ties to the small parts down here so the wires are nicely tucked in. There we go. And do the same all the way around. Okay. Now let's add our PCB. You see it has to face this way, like that, and secure it in place with M2 by 6mm bolts. Okay, now that is done, we'll start wiring everything up. So start with the motor cable. Add it inside the slot where it's named motor. You can tuck the wires under. The LED goes into the LED spot. And the last wires here. The nozzle goes into Osmo. Osm, I think I called it. And you can tuck the wires under the motor, so they are nice and tucked. Okay, now for the power wires. We have red that is positive and red or black that is ground. The red one goes to the VCC that is on the right side here, and it goes in. It's a bit difficult. You could probably do this before you actually install the PCB and it will probably be easier. There we go. Now that is secure, and we'll do the same for ground. Okay. And now we have the Rotary encoder to one side and the display to the other. And then we are actually done. Now we can power it up and check that everything is actually connected properly and nothing blows up. Good luck with that. But for the sake of the video flowing, we'll now add the BB cover. So we'll add this up here. Use some more countersunk bolts. And do the same in the corner here. It is super difficult to come in with a screwdriver, so I usually just take the tip off and do it manually here to start with. We'll add it back here and we can screw it the rest of the way. Nice. Okay, now it is basically done. We have a few things to install. So we have some back covers, or whatever you will call them. There are two different parts, one with a slot and one without. The one without goes to the front here, and make sure the way you print on the print plate that is facing up, so this edge is facing down. It goes in here and will be locked with M3 countersunk and 3x6 bolt. These are not any functional part, or at least not this side. So M3 bolts is fine, like that. We'll turn it around. And now for the other side. This one actually locks the battery latch. And again, chamfer the edges goes down. And these one lock in the side. Actually align with the holes will probably help. There we go. The other side. Like that. It's a bit loose sometimes. I screwed this in and out so many times. Okay, now it's actually fully completed. Now we'll take our box and make sure the power wires here are routed up and out. Then take the box. The front latch is the front, so align it with the nozzle. Put it in. You have to pull a little bit out on the sides, and then you can push it in, and it should stay pretty good in there. Okay, now you're actually fully complete. Add your power and you're good to go. The small battery latch here, it is designed and printed in place, so when you install it, you just slide it in and push it a tiny bit, and it should click right in place. To get it out, use a screwdriver, push it in and lift up. Pretty damn simple, right? These two are for a nozzle, not nozzle size, BB weight plate, so you can add a custom plate here with the weight of the BBs you have inside. And other than that, this is the EAS MAX. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and guys, happy shooting, happy assembly. If you have any problems with this, you can go onto my Discord, and I'll be happy to help you there. But other than that, have a great summer, and good luck assembly.